Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all of these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Everybody, by the way, for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you for your patience as we got going a few minutes late today. Thank you. Apologies for the late start. Gina, who do we have here today? And by the way, are you serving as role player today, or what's the scoop?
Sean Callagy, we're having some fun here. I mean, thanks for showing up, but we're good. No, I'm just kidding. We have Bianca Istvan joining us as role player today, which is incredible. It's her first time, I think.
Bianca, welcome. How the heck are you?
I'm great. Thank you. So happy to be here with you, Sean, and with our guests, of course. How are you today?
I am doing delightfully. I'm doing super well. Welcome to the party, Bianca.
Thank you.
And you're coming from Mexico today?
Yes, I'm coming from Mexico, bringing all the sun. I know you guys have a lot of sun there in Long Beach Island, but, happy to share that with you.
Nice. Well, enjoy. And what part of Mexico are you in?
Playa del Carmen.
Oh, Playa del Carmen. I was there not that long ago. It's right across from Cozumel, right?
Yes, it's really close. Yeah, it's like 1 hour with, maybe less than 1 hour with the boat.
I stayed right at Pat Melson, platinum partner, lion brother of mine, had a house there in 2020, right as COVID was kind of just before it got rolling. So I was there. So that's amazing, Bianca, and such a pleasure to have you here today.
Such a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Sean.
Awesome. Gina, we got some participants. Who do we have?
First, we have Mr. Doug Drohan from New York, New York. He is the owner of the B&M Group, partnering with the Best Version Media in New Jersey. He publishes boutique, community-driven magazines in Bergen County. Sean Callagy, you might know about this. And he's originally from Long Island, had a career in music and TV, and he's the father, most importantly, father and husband of an incredible 8-year-old boy who loves soccer, baseball, and his friends. Please join me in welcoming Doug Drohan to the program.
I like the applause.
Doug, how are you, Doug? Honor.
All right, how are you?
To see you again. A long time no see, man.
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right, Doug, so what is your fun fact?
My fun fact is in college, I wrote and performed an original song that I sang at a talent show. It was called Son of a Beach. It was a parody on pollution, and I won first place.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Would you rip out, I should say, a few lines of Son of a Beach?
This was well before that show came out with Howard Stern. This was well before that.
Oh, no, I'm saying, would you sing a couple of
Oh, well, I
lines?
sing it. Well, I don't know if I can sing it. You can hear my voice. It's kind of rough. But the lyrics were something like, I was walking down the street trying to beat the heat when I decided I would get up and go down to the beach. When I got to the sand, I ran into a man who told me, son, I'm sorry, but all the beaches are banned because there's laboratory rats floating on the shoreline. And then the chorus goes on like that. It's kind of funny. People were laughing and singing along with it by the third verse. It was a great moment. And it was my one shining moment as a performer in life, but it was cool.
Doug, dad, a dude making magic happen, the covers of magazine, and even writes original songs and performs them to save the planet. So, Doug, it's an honor and a privilege to have you here on Wine Wednesday. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. E-Money.
Next up, Mr. Juan Daniel. He is also known as Chef. Oh my goodness, I cannot speak, Sean Callaghan. Chef Nino from Flores. Nino Flores from Miami. There we go. He's CEO of an insurance company. He had a challenging upbringing, but he persevered, and he's been on many travels and trips along his path. He is a passionate leader. We are so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us on The Real Raw, Juan Danielle.
Hello, Gina. Hello, Sean. I'm very happy to be here.
What's up, Juan? How are you? Thank you, Juan, for being here.
My God, the day started chaotic, but this is bright. So I gotta thank Bianca for doing her thing to bring me over here. It's an honor.
Yes, an honor for us as well, Juan. Juan, what is your fun fact?
A fun fact. I have plenty of them, as a matter of fact, but I would have to say the one that brought me here is when Bianca mentioned something about the president, George Bush, or something like that he watches the show or something. Oh, fun fact. Fun fact. I got enrolled in a 2-year program of college for an associate degree in music business creative production, right?
Yes.
In that time, basically, the wife of the former president, basically, she did something for minorities to be able to attend college or higher education. So basically, I got my college like paid for free as a grant. I ended up starting 5 years. Not only music production, but everything I could get my hands on, from sociology, philosophy, psychology, name it, okay? And at one point, my older brother was picking on me. He says, "Oye, are you gonna be a professional student? When are you graduating?" So I started in 2002. By 2007, I said, I already studied enough. I think I'm gonna graduate. So I decided to graduate. Okay, I studied enough, way past what the requirements were for the associate degree. And the fun fact is that when we attended our graduation, George W. Bush happened to be in the graduation. So
that's amazing.
Having the president at your college graduation, that was something huge. I say, okay, back in the days, I wasn't really happy with the politics, but I gotta be honored to have a president coming to the graduation. So I think that would be like one of the major fun facts for me.
Well, Juan, we thank it. That's amazing, having a president at your college graduation. And yes, President Bush was in deep discussions with the American Foundation for the Blind Gala to paint a picture of somebody in Helen Keller and things. So more on that later, because we just had the 100th anniversary gala, opened up Helen Keller's time capsule, had the privilege of being the chairperson of that and speaker and fundraiser and all kinds of fun. So Juan, thank you for being here. And you and Doug are going to have some fun today. Sound good?
Very pleased to be here.
Thank you. G-Money, we got some judges for Doug and Juan. Who we got?
Do. Another gentleman from Florida, Mr. Christian Young. He's general counsel for a national construction management firm, Sean, recently featured in Vanguard Law magazine for his excellence. Please join me in welcoming Christian Young to The Real Raw.
Christian's in the house. Christian, welcome and congratulations on your accomplishments.
Thank you.
Yeah, and what's your fun fact for today?
My fun fact would be I've run 2 marathons in my life, both in 1 calendar year on 2 continents, and those are the last 2 I'll ever run.
Whoa, that's impressive. So which 2 continents?
I ran in Boston and then Reykjavik.
Whoa.
In Iceland.
Wow, that's no joke. How was the weather in Iceland?
It was beautiful. It was August, so it was like 60 plus.
Very, very. Do you want to know a fun fact about Iceland? Does anybody want to know why people in the military love to go to Iceland?
Why?
I'm asking our guests. Anybody want to jump in?
I'm interested to know.
Yes. So it is because, and this is a true fact, it's not a joke. In Iceland, my understanding, this is what some of my friends who've been in the military share with me, that in Iceland, culturally, things are reversed, and women in bars buy the drinks for the men. So the
Oh my
military is
God.
always super happy to go to Iceland and hang
That
out.
exists? I didn't
Yes.
know that could be possible.
Juan, are you on your next boat or plane to Iceland, Juan? Is that what's happening?
I'll try to make that thing happen here in Miami. I'm going to tell you know that in Iceland, women buy the
Juan,
drink.
so how about this, Juan? How about this? So maybe your hello to yes here could be establishing a cultural dynamic with Bianca to change all of how Miami does drink buying.
We
But
should
we'll
change
come
not only Miami, New York, Europe, France, Spain, you know.
Juan, we have much to unpack. I am clearly interested and intrigued by you. So awesome. Thank you everybody for being here. Yes, Iceland, it is. We have marathons across the country. Gina, who else do we have?
We have Mr. Jerry Babian from Cedarhurst, New York. Sean, he's an accountant assisting individuals and businesses to get their numbers right in these challenging times. But most importantly, he's a proud father of 3 incredible boys who are doing good in the world. Please join me in welcoming Jerry to the Real Raw.
Jerry. Jerry, welcome to the party. What part of Long Island are you from?
I'm in Cedarhurst right now, but I grew up in actually in Queens, New York City, and I spent some time in Manhasset and in Westbury. So.
Nice. How far? Because I know it's out a little bit. Cedarhurst. How far from Yaphank?
Oh yes, yes. I'm almost on the city line, so it's a distance. Yeah.
So it's good ways out. Okay, very good. Yeah. Baseball Heaven is an incredible baseball facility. I coached a ton of games there for my son's club baseball team. Beautiful facility, a lot of fun. So awesome. And please, what's your fun fact, Jerry?
Well, I've been a certified public accountant since 1972, and I'm still a certified public accountant. But I spent 18 years in retail furniture, and I basically sold furniture on a furnished floor. I was already a certified public accountant. I did it for a long time. It was our business. And we were one of the largest retail furniture operations in the United States. We had 10 stores at one time in the metropolitan area. But I'm an accountant before and after. That's my experience.
Awesome, Jerry. Jerry, did you ever run across Tony Imperato, who is now deceased, but who's an accountant out in Queens area? Ring any bells or no?
It does ring a bell. It's funny. And a lot of accountants out there.
Yeah, no, a lot of people. But he was kind of in your general neck of the woods, just an amazing human being. He's gone for about 10 years now. But he was my dad's accountant, became my accountant for a long period of time. Wonderful people, did a bunch of nets and things. Yeah. So Jerry, it's an honor and privilege to have you here. You ready to have some fun today?
Yeah.
All right, let's go do it. G Money.
It seems we lost another woman for the party in the multiverse. However, we have the beautiful, big, bright smile Bianca Isfin joining us as role player, Sean Callaghy.
Well, Bianca, you're right. Yeah, we're ready to rock and roll this thing. And if we find our dear friend from the multiverse, let's please bring her back. That certainly happens with our connectivity at times. So Bianca, are you ready to do this thing today?
Absolutely, Sean. I was born for this.
Right.
I love what we're doing here, and I could not be more happy to be here with you today.
Well, thank you for that. Awesome job. Gina, we appreciate you very, very much for all that you bring to this party. And we'll see you in a little bit. And by the way, Gina happens to be on Long Beach Island. Are you in the same house as me right now or the other house?
I'm not. I came to the other house, so our voices were not carrying.
Well, thank you.
I'm looking at the ocean right now, so thank you very much.
Amazing. Well, jump in, have fun, enjoy. It is, October in the Jersey Shore on Long Beach Island. Bianca, we're ready to do this thing, and let's go with this. Hey. Let's go. Doug, I have a number 1 or 2 under the table. What do you think it is?
Number 1.
It is, in fact, a number 2. So Juan, would you like to go first, or would you like to take good old Doug and throw him right under the bus and make him go first? What do you think, Juan?
Like, let him go. I didn't quite understand.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, or do you want to make Doug go first?
Honor to Doug.
Right under the bus, Doug. So, Doug, Bianca is going to be anybody that you'd like her to be. This is all about going from hello to yes. Right. Had a little fun. Thank you all for being here. But we are talking about something incredibly serious. We're talking about the superpower of influence. and the ability to go from hello to yes, which as we speak is controlling our leadership, our management, our marketing, our selling, our recruiting, our fundraising, for profit, not for profit, all of it is about hello to yes. It builds companies, it destroys companies. P.S. 96% of businesses fail in the first 10 years. Out of those 4% that survive, I don't have a number directly on this, but my hallucination is less than 1 of 100 ever graduate from Michael Gerber's E-Myth, where people become a business owner, not operator, so people have the money, time, and magic they truly want. And it's all sourced to the superpower of influence, what you do with it, and how we get ourselves to use it, battling our fears of rejection and failure, which are present for everyone, no matter what, including Beyonce, when she's on Oprah's show, 30,000 episodes, amazing superstar, not sure that thinking the cameras aren't rolling still, turns to Oprah and says, how'd I do? We all want to know, how'd I do? And nobody tells us, even Beyonce to Oprah. So Doug, who would you like Bianca to be? It's a yes that matters to you in the world. It could be as simple as an ideal client avatar, or it could be some other yes that you're seeking. Like maybe Juan wants to change drink buying in the whole culture of Miami. But for you, who would you?
I thought about this a little bit. So I'll say Bianca will be a family law attorney.
Ooh, all right. Bianca, you're a family law attorney. You ready for this?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Awesome. Doug, 3 minutes. Take us in. Hello to Yes with Bianca, please.
Hi, Bianca. This is Doug Drohan. How are you?
Hello. Hi. Sorry, who's this?
Yeah, Doug, I live over in Bergen County, and somebody on the moms group here in Old Japan was looking for a family attorney. I guess I don't know the background of why, but your name came up as a recommendation. Quite honestly, your name was there with about 10 other attorneys, but I was calling you because we're actually, I run a business here where we try to connect different businesses and firms and lawyers with the community here. And since your name came up highly recommended, I just wanted to reach out to you and see if, this is an Old Japan, someone was looking for you. And I was wondering if you have a lot of clients over here, and to see if there's something you're doing, I guess above and beyond why she would recommend you. A few people, the person who recommended you was Jane Smith. I don't know if you've worked with her in the past or you know that name.
I have heard about John roughly. I have to be honest, I'm not very familiar with him. So I'm going to be honest with you, Doug. I do have quite a lot of work going on at the moment. So if you don't mind sharing with me a bit about what's going on and, to share more details about the projects that...
Yeah, no, absolutely. And listen, I talk to a few lawyers every week, and I know everyone's really busy, especially in the family law space. Good and for bad. In the past year, there's been a lot of marital strife, and I'm sure you're very, very busy. So,
Absolutely.
But with that in mind, what I'm finding is that homeowners, residents, if you will, or consumers, they're really busy too. And I think the important thing when it comes to finding someone they can trust is building relationships. And it's great that your name came up on Facebook, but so did 10 other names. And what I try to do is to build connections through the stories that people want to share and make it very personal. So real quickly, to answer your question, I have a number of different platforms in Bergen County where we kind of zero in on one community at a time and make people feel really special, but giving them that platform to share their stories. And for me, from the business side, what I look for are companies that kind of believe in making connections with people that are longer lasting and do it through the power of stories and shared experiences. And whether it's a family attorney like you, or it's the plumber down the street, or it's the preschool or the senior care facility, it's all about building relationships. And that's what I'm trying to do. And quite honestly, it may not be the right fit for people. In some cases, it's really something that you have to value that commonality that we try to build through trust and through the stories that we'd like to share. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. And first of all, thank you for reaching out to me. I definitely appreciate you sharing those details with me. I must say we have maybe 1.5 minutes until I have to jump on my next meeting.
No, actually, Bianca, you're down to like 10 more seconds. So you got a quick call coming in. So anything else, Doug, that you'd like to share?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're open to it, Bianca, I'd love to talk to you a little bit more. I'd love to learn about your firm. I read a bit about what you do. You've written some blogs. I could offer you the opportunity to blog as well. And if you're open-minded to it, I'd be happy to share a little bit more of what we're looking for.
Absolutely. I would also love to hear why. What are you looking for in a family attorney? So let's move the discussion for another time. And yes, perfect.
Hey, Bianca, I'm sorry. You had a quick phone call. It's somebody saying that they need to get divorced because they're fighting over who's going to get the cat out of the tree. So you have a quick. Yes, I'm sorry. You got to take this phone call right away. It's an emergency.
Crazy. I'm so sorry, Doug. So
that's okay. So, all right. Bye-bye.
All right. Excellent job, Doug. Cats, trees, family law attorneys, all the things. So excellent job, my friend. We'll see what the judge have to say in a moment. But Juan, are you ready?
Yeah, cat, trees, bees. Let's do about bees. Let's do a role play because actually I'm a bee remover as
amazing.
well.
So who would you like?
I rescue bees for a living. I mean, I had my.
But Juan, real quick, we could do this all during the role play, just for time integrity. Who would you like Bianca to be? Like an ideal.
An investor. Okay.
Okay.
Basically, let's say an investor that I'm trying to basically buy a piece of land in Florida, like to put all my bees in there.
Okay, so got it. So Bianca's an investor, so successful entrepreneur, and you're seeking investment from her, correct?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, Bianca.
Yeah, I already did the whole attorney thing and divorce. I don't want to go through attorney and divorce and all that anymore.
Amazing. Let's do it.
Juan, just out of curiosity.
From a negative to a positive.
Juan, how many divorces have you had so far? Like, what are you up to?
No, only one. Hey, one is enough. Only one is enough. How can you get into 2 divorces? I don't understand.
Dude, I'm proud of you.
I see Jerry laughing.
I know.
I see Jerry laughing. Oh my God.
I thought you were going to drop like a 6 on me. So I'm very, very happy it's only 1. Amazing. Congratulations. So Bianca, please, Juan's amazing. Take us in. 3 minutes.
Let's do this.
Yes. Hello, Bianca.
Hello. Hi. Who's this?
Hey, Bianca, nice to meet you. My name is JD Beesman. You probably heard of me on Instagram. I'm the one that does the bee removals in South Florida. I don't know if you heard about me before.
Hey, JD. Yes. Living in Florida, definitely your name came up. Yes. What can I do for you today?
All right, my dear. Listen, I'm not going to take too much of your time. I know you are very busy, and it's actually a privilege that I have to basically steal 3 minutes of your time. So I'm going to be really quick about it. So basically, I turned on. I used to have an insurance agency. Okay, I started that agency myself after I got laid off. Basically, I used to work for an insurance agency for almost a year doing Obamacare. Then we all got laid off. When we all got laid off, all the companies started panicking. And the last advice that my employer gave me, he told me, Nino, you're going to be successful no matter what. Either you're an employee, as a business, an entrepreneur, whatever. But do something that's important for you. One thing led to another. Then I got into real estate. I'm a chef. Basically, I do cooking because I love it. But I came across basically an incident in one of the units that my mother had. And I did a bee removal. Basically, we needed to have some bees removed. And it turns out that bees basically cannot be killed. They have to be relocated, taken to a piece of land. As we all know, basically, we have a big problem right now with the environment. We're suffering from colony collapse disorder. There's a lot of unemployment and homelessness in Miami. I actually have a friend of mine that's homeless. And I was thinking, I mean, beekeeping is not that hard to learn. I could teach that to my friend and a lot of people in his situation. So basically what I want to do is I'm looking to purchase a piece of land over in Florida. I know what you're thinking, that the land over here in Florida is very expensive. I am aware of that. What I'm trying to basically do is basically get a piece of land to be able to relocate my bees in there, train people that are in hardships to do basically beekeeping. That's going to produce honey, fruits, and basically from that, that's going to be like something that I'm looking forward to do.
And this is amazing. And, thank you so much for thinking of me. But may I ask you, why is this so important for you? Why are you doing this?
The environment, my dear, the environment. Basically, bees are very important for the environment because they're our main pollinators. Without them, we don't have any fruits, vegetables, and basically that's important, like for us to eat. I'm also a chef, a nutritionist, so I know how important basically our vegetables and fruits are. Listen, I'm not gonna steal more of
I'm
your
so
time.
sorry, I have to jump on another
Yeah,
call.
Bianca,
It's okay, my dear.
it's okay. Jake,
Yes.
I apologize. Bianca, you have a quick phone call. There's a swarm of killer bees heading your way. So I suggest you get JD to
God.
help you out, and like we got to fix all this. So we got to go, guys. Thank you.
God. Oh my God. Perfect. Thank you. Sorry, JD, I have to go.
It's okay. I can go over there and take care of that swarm for you.
JD, excellent job, JD, Doug, Bianca. Let's see what the judges have to say and our beautiful, fun energy. And let's start with Christian. Please, 30 seconds of feedback for Doug first. 15 seconds what worked. 15 seconds, please, on what could be optimized, and then a score on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being you're gonna like chase Doug and tackle him, could never let him out of your sight. 1 being you'd rather jump off the roof. 5 being So what do you got, please, Christian, for Doug?
Sure. Doug, I think you did a great job getting the introduction and getting Bianca talking. I had a little bit of difficulty understanding what the mission was from your perspective. I didn't know whether you were trying to hire somebody or looking to bring them on board with your program from a sales perspective. In the initial introduction portion, I think eventually it got clear that you wanted to have her be involved from a client standpoint of yours. But at that point, it was sort of the end of the conversation. Overall, I'd say it's an 8 from my standpoint, if I'm understanding the scoring correctly.
Excellent. Appreciate that, Christian. Wonderful. And how about for JD?
JD, again, I thought you did a great job of getting Bianca talking and getting your mission across. I think it was pretty clear that you had the passion for that business and that you understood beekeeping and what you wanted to do. I think the hard part was having her understand where the investment would be and what the return on that investment would be. It was clear that you had a plan for what you wanted to do, but I don't know, as from an investor standpoint, what she would have seen being the return on the investment.
Awesome. And your score?
8 again. You both did great.
Yeah, nice. Excellent job.
Thanks, Christian.
Thank you, Christian. Jerry, please, what do you have for Doug?
Doug was very good, by the way. I really appreciate. Doug was very, very good. I thought he went through the whole conversation, explained exactly what he wanted to do. There was a connection there. He went through the whole conversation. A lot of detail, and he had her watching the whole time. The only thing I didn't like what Doug did, and it really wasn't his fault, is you really got to tie up the very end. Very end, he left it open as to when they would get back together again. And really, that's a situation where and she cut him off. That wasn't really. Otherwise, Doug, I think it was very good. It was very good. You went through the whole process. You kept her involved in the whole conversation. She had questions, and you really. But if you don't, it's like everything else. If you don't get a time. When can I call you back? What day? Otherwise, it's left open at that point. That's tough. It's tough nailing that part down, especially she's getting off the phone. That was tough.
Right.
Your score?
The highest is 15. You said?
10.
10? I'll give him a 9.
Nice. Very good, Jerry. Excellent job. Excellent job. For Doug. And let's go with JD. What'd you have for JD?
JD was very good. I like JD's. Again, he likes emotion. A lot of emotion there. Yeah, when a person talks that way, you listen to it because it's not drone. It's very, very good. What I liked particularly was she had a question about something. About why do you want to do this? And he had the right answer because you never turn down environmentalists. It was perfect. You can't turn that down. So basically, she asked the question and he came back with a great answer. You can't. No one's against the environment. No one. So it was great. So that was left. It was very good. I thought. I think he deserved like an 8 probably. It was very good. I thought.
Nice.
Very good.
Excellent job. Appreciate that. So wonderful job, everyone, in that first round. Christian, Jerry, Doug, JD. Beautiful stuff. Bianca, are you up for like a little more fun?
Absolutely, always.
All right, let's go. So how about we do this, right? You guys were very brave, very courageous, and jump on the hot seat. All of you, really. I mean, not only the participants, but the judges. So now is the time when you get to put me on the hot seat. Like that's what we're going to do. So I have to go from hello to yes, except it's not going to be at my choosing. It's going to be at your choosing on anything you could possibly imagine. I've been asked to be President Trump, President Biden, going from hello to yes with opposing parties. I've had to be somebody who convinced a a conservative attorney from New Jersey to go to Burning Man. I've had to have the last seat in an airplane. I've had to convince people from marriage proposals in 3 minutes to stay in the country, all sorts of different things. So yeah, stepping in, and who will go will be based on like a numerical little thing. So let's go with this. JD, what number would you say between 1 and 4? Please pick a number.
3.
Okay. Doug, please pick a number.
What were the numbers? Yeah, 4.
4 it is. Doug
cool.
has won the challenge. So Doug, you get to set the scenario to put me on the hot seat where I have to go from hello to yes, as long as it's in integrity, like no swampland in the middle of Phoenix.
Sure.
But right, or you could pass it to somebody else. So
no, I have a good one, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're an Electrolux vacuum salesman.
Oh my gosh.
This was a job I had when I was first out of Columbia University, believe it or not, for 1 day. So Doug, you're very funny. And what do I have to do?
Your experience too. That's good.
Well, you have to convince me that I need a new vacuum.
Amazing. Okay. And this is in your home or in a business?
That will make it easier. It's a business, so it's a B2B kind of call, you know.
Okay, and you don't, and let's just make it like, so there's some level of integrous dynamic. You guys don't have an outside cleaning company, fair?
Correct. Yeah, I'm the decision maker. I'm the one who has to buy the products. We need a new vacuum. Well, I don't need a new vacuum. You have to convince me that I do.
Okay, amazing. Now, by the way, I have zero experience at this because my only day of doing this was following a gentleman for 1 day who took a handful of dirt and threw it on somebody's floor in Ridgewood, New Jersey after knocking on the door. It was one of the most uncomfortable situations I've ever been in my entire life. Right?
You know, I Love Lucy did that too.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's from I Love Lucy episode. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, this guy really did it. It was completely crazy. Okay. So, hey, Doug, thank you so much. I appreciate you having this meeting. And I am like super present and clear to this reality, Doug, that your excitement level of meeting with me cannot possibly be that high. And it'd be one of your priorities of the day to talk about a vacuum cleaner. But I'm extraordinarily grateful for the time to talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I don't really need one, but I'm happy to hear you out.
Yeah. So, and I know you said 3 minutes, which is very gracious of you, and I'm definitely not going to try to sell you a vacuum in 3 minutes. But what I would love to do is just know a little bit about how'd you do all this. I know we got 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. How did you create this enterprise? I've read some things about you online. I know you've worked incredibly hard. You're building things. You know, if you wouldn't mind sharing, what's the vision and what's the mission?
You know, the mission was to bring software solutions to small companies that have accounting issues, and we built it from just myself to a 20-person team.
Wow. And what's the why behind it, if you don't mind? Like
the why was really trying to free up people's time and have them work on their business, not in their business. So give them the opportunity to really grow their business and leave the details to to software and decision support systems.
That's awesome. And so that's the purpose for the people, but what's your dreams? You know, how do you win by building this and the legacy you're seeking?
Well, I mean, I think anything, it's you like to have some financial freedom, and you know, there's some satisfaction in helping lead a team and growing something, seeing a business, just like your child go from birth to going on to college and being something that eventually you can leave to the world. I think that's where I'd like to be at some point. Certainly we all want to retire, but to know that I left the world in a better place, it may sound a little Pollyannish, but I think that's the higher why. It's knowing that you're doing something good for people and helping maybe some other business owners fulfill their dreams. And then, the financial security obviously is something you can't deny. It's why we all go into business, right?
Wow.
For the most part.
Receive. Not only did the words land, just your heart and your energy around it. So I really appreciate you sharing that with me.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Would it be okay in our final minute or so if I just dropped in for a sec on what I'm up to and why I'm here?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you have some vacuums, and I assume they're some pretty fantastic vacuums. Otherwise, you wouldn't call me, right? I mean, it's.
Well, I appreciate that. I think a lot of people call you even if they don't have fantastic products or services. But for me, listen, here's the deal. I was a baseball player in college. I hope to go on to play professionally. And my eyesight became an issue. And I'm in the process of going blind. I'm not blind yet. And that canceled my dreams. And I wasn't ready to transition to what I was going to do next. And I don't want to be a vacuum cleaner salesperson for my entire life. But what I became present to is that influence is a superpower, and that I couldn't think of a better way to gain integrous influencing skill sets than doing this, that I could get this job that easily and directly. Very frankly, I answered an ad in a newspaper. I was depressed. I was down. My parents were like, listen, go get a job. And what I found, which is actually quite shocking to me, is that I can actually do some good here. And I'm not going to be doing this for very long, but I do actually love what I do right now. And the only reason I'm not going to be doing it for very long is I've acquired the ability to reveal truth to people at meaningful levels, and I want to take that to higher and higher levels of impact. But while I'm doing this, I would share with you, Doug, with all my heart, that I had no idea about a bunch of crazy things that we don't have enough time to talk about right now. In the last 15 seconds or so, all I would say is there's an amazing amount of germs that most vacuums don't pick up, and Electrolux has created an unbelievable mechanism of doing it. The hard part is that probably could sound like a bunch of malarkey to you. So all I would request is to come back and have a 30-minute segment where I will actually vacuum 2 rooms in your office. And instead of you doing it whenever you would normally do, because I do know that you don't have cleaning people. And if at the end of vacuuming those 2 rooms, you aren't meaningfully like, I thought this was a complete waste of time. I kind of liked you, so I'll let you come in. But holy cow, this feels different, smells different. The whole experience is different. I walk away and shake your hand and just say, thank you for letting me clean 2 rooms. So how does that sound to you for an opportunity to demonstrate to you the value and spend 30 minutes together talking about it and demonstrating or sharing why, in fact, this really does create safety, health, like this beautiful energy, because things are clean a totally different way that most vacuums won't do. How does that resonate for you or not?
Yeah, that's fine. I think we should do it towards the end of the day when no one's in the office.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Doug, I'm going to call you to set it up, and thank you for sharing your mission and vision of impact in the world. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for calling.
Awesome. Out of roll, Doug.
Wow.
How did that feel for you, Doug?
It's great, but then I realized, should I have really talked about my real business? I was making something up on the fly, but
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
So, but how did you feel about me as Electrolux vacuum cleaner salesperson?
yeah, I mean, obviously you connected with me and more of a personal sharing your story, and it was more of me wanting to meet with you because of who you came across as. You're not a sales guy who's knocking on the door trying to sell me something.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing, and you and I had spoken about that you never want to. I mean, I never want to sound like a salesman, and I'm pitching somebody.
Yeah.
But I think you took it to the kind of the sharing personal background of yourself and trying to appeal to me in that way, and obviously that connected with me. So yeah, I thought that was powerful.
Cool. JD.
I would have to say, in my own personal experience, that when I've tried that, sometimes people are very rude and they're not going to give you that much time. They're just going to say, I don't have time for this, and they're going to cut me off. But you and I together, I mean, it appealed to me, and that's why I agreed to meet with you.
Yeah, if I could share this, in the last 1,000 meetings I've had with people, that's never happened.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a science and a formula. Oprah Winfrey said she held the microphone for 30,000 people because she said, I hear you. I mean, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me. And so when people receive our presence, there's actually 4 steps, 12 indispensable elements, 4 energies to integrous influence: scarcity, matching, mirroring, acknowledgement, loving people unconditionally, level 5 transformation, listening, emotional energetic transference, reciprocity, question mastery, validation, congruence, context, and contrast, with 4 energies: fun, aspirational, God is Zeus, 4 steps: emotional rapport building, pain and yes, pro unique identity, agreement formation. When those are put together authentically in a non-script mechanism of genuinely leaving the impression that people matter, things change. And these micro distinctions, and here's why I do this work in the world, because mathematically it matters enormously. And we as heart-centered, beautiful human beings have such a disconnect from the math and reality of numbers. 17 years ago, I put out an ad for 4 people to come work for me. to set up appointments when I was doing grant training. I own a 125-person law firm, office in 5 states. I also have a company Unblinded to do other things. But back at that time, I had my law firm, but I also had a training and development company. And the first person that we hired booked in 3 weeks, 0 meetings. The second booked 0 meetings. The third booked 0 meetings, right? And the fourth person I called and said, hey, by the way, congratulations, you get the job. I said, I said, actually, first I said, hello, how you doing? He goes, listen, I know I didn't do very well. He goes, but I was kind of sick. I wasn't feeling great. I only work half days. I'm like, dude, are you kidding? You get the job. You booked 30 meetings when the other 3 people booked 0, 0, and 0. So I share that because the dynamics we're communicating about aren't small differences. They're the difference between who becomes a multimillionaire and who struggles for their entire life in their business, who builds, scales, grows, and who stays a solopreneur, a small office person or professional. So I had no idea this is how it worked. And when I was in that first day as an Electrolux salesperson for 1 day, and then I quit and ran away scared, I had no concept that influence could actually be integrous, because it is certainly not integrous to throw dirt on somebody's floor. That's crazy without their permission, right? So that's the worst opposite of what truly revealing it all can be. So Doug, thank you for the role play. Thank you for being here today, brother. You did a great job. Thank you. JD, how was your time with us in the Real Raw today?
My God, it was incredible the way you pitched Doug. It was very, how can I describe it? Subtle, very subtle, and powerful at the same time. Because I've been in sales, and I don't know, you mentioned something about Zeus. I have the impression that I heard that before. I'm very intrigued by it. Because there's a book that it was, I think it was a book called How to Influence People or something like that.
I win friends and influence people. Yeah. So if I could, JD, I've had the privilege of, I've spoken on Tony Robbins' stage 12 times, broken sales records there, have 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, ... But here's the fun part. The fun part is that I failed freshman high school geometry for the year. I ran for class president in 7th grade and got no votes besides mine and maybe my girlfriend's. And third, I went into network marketing at the age of 27 for 3 months, and I had to beg my mother to come in, and got 2 other people total, and quit and was totally sad. I wasn't born with the ability to go from hello to yes. It's a learned, developed skill set of mastery, and it's transferable. And I was horrible and couldn't think of anything worse than marketing or selling. I built a 40-person law firm in 2 years. I built a 100-person law firm a number of years later after selling the first in 2 years. And I share this work because it's that powerful, and I've studied it for 20 years. And it's remarkable the gap that people have in their belief and understanding of what can happen. So JD, thank you for the acknowledgement. I love your energy, brother. And I do hope you make it to Iceland. And I do hope you get some drinks bought for you, or everything works in Miami. So I love it. Thank you.
I saw that. I saw that you have something about Les Brown. He's a fellow from Miami, Les Brown.
Yeah, Les Brown has been on.
Love him.
Les Brown was in your very seat. He's been on the Real Raw here. Jay Abraham.
Yeah, I love him.
He's been
love that guy.
More than 3,000 professional athletes, amazing people like yourselves. More than 3,000 people have been participants here, including Les. Les was on, I think, the 2nd or 3rd episode about a year and a half ago. So thank you, JD. Please, Jerry, thank you for being here. Love your energy, New Yorker. I love your directness and your accounting first and last, and your entrepreneurial journey in the middle. How was your time with us here today?
Very, very good, by the way. I really enjoyed it. I like that you shared, you open people up. You let them share their personal life. You shared, they shared with you first and vice versa. Makes you very close when you share those personal experiences. Really amazing. Very, very true. Yeah.
No, Jerry, really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, brother, enormously. Christian, thank you as well for being here. Appreciate it. Really was impressed by the notoriety and the acknowledgments and awards that you've received. How was your time with us in the Real Raw today?
Yeah, it was great. Very informative. I think clearly the skills that you've learned and honed and imparted to everybody here are valuable and will add value.
Oh, awesome, brother. We'll really appreciate it. So yeah, again, each of you, thank you for being here. Bianca, beautiful job today.
Yes.
Very, very grateful. Any final that you want to share from your heart?
Yes, I just want to say that, guys, I've been working as a lawyer myself, but this formula is not just for your business. It's for every day, for every conversations that you have with people, with your family, with your friends. It's absolutely life-changing. And I'm so grateful for all of you for being here with you. And Sean, again, thank you for making the world a better place.
Oh, thank you. And Bianca, thank you for jumping in. Bianca has huge shoes to fill. Bella Verita, my co-host in The Real Raw, had a horrible migraine today and was off. Bianca filled in for today, and he did a wonderful job. And really, with all my heart, Bianca, thank you.
I appreciate you, Sean. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. So listen, thank you, Doug, JD, Christian, Jerry. You did a beautiful job. And Bianca, let's have a little fun at the end. All our money, time, and magic. Our money, our time, our magic is right there in front of us. But whether we have our actual sight, because maybe some of you don't know, but I'm actually blind, can't see anything on the computer screen whatsoever. But our money, time, and magic, sighted or not sighted, is right there in front of us. But Bianca, we're all blind.
And we're learning to see.
Thank you. All right. Great job, guys. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.